This is Zach. Move over. All right. We know Jay very well. Of course, everyone here knows Jay, but we know Jay. You know, we know Jay 1.0 all the way through current day Jay 4.0. We know Jay, Jason, Wattbon 007. There we go. Watt, Wattman, Wombat. Mine and Zach's favorite, the Kid, and Bones. We've met and got to know them all. And because Dahlia may only know the current version, we're up here to fill her in on how we arrived at current DJ.
So I first met Jay in second grade. The Woppins were new in town, and our teacher introduced Lori to my mom, which meant I was tasked with being friends with the new kid. Jay's first day, he gets up in front of the class to introduce himself, and he's wearing this white Disney sweatshirt with a big picture of the character Goofy on the front. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Jason, but you guys can call me Goofy." The chalkboard screeched. I sank deep into my chair. I was living a second grader's worst nightmare. I scanned the class to see who I might be able to pawn him off on, but it was too late. The moms were involved. The hit was ordered. I was to become friends with Goofy, and I had no choice in the matter. But Goofy turned out to be all right. We bonded over shared interests in sports, basketball cards, recess, the normal elementary school stuff. We became fast friends, and Jay fit right in with the rest of the JFK crew.
I came about a little later, during the bar mitzvah era. I was a little nervous to meet him. Jay was a big deal, and his reputation preceded him. What do I even say to the kid who lost to a girl in wrestling? I finally got over my nerves, grabbed my you-know-what, and went to talk to him in high school. Just like Zach, we hit it off the same way, mostly surrounding sports. To this day, sports and food are synonymous with Jay and Josh, like peas and carrots. Jay was still finding his way during high school years. He was a little bit all over the place. He'd hang out with me and Zach one day, Officer Stewart the next. The kid couldn't get into a proper zen. Zen will come back in a little bit. However, Jay was a ride or die from the start, and we both knew that.
Anyone who knows Jay now knows that Jay has certainly found his way. Jay has a very strong sense of self-identity, is very self-confident, and is not overly concerned about what others think. He knows what he wants and what he likes, isn't afraid to take chances or pursue his passions and interests. He's extremely self-motivated and a very driven person. He's empathetic and cares very deeply about his friends and family. So I guess it begs the question, what was the turning point that led to the creation of the Jay that sits before us today?
That's an excellent question, Zach. Was when he got punched in the face by the drunk guy randomly at the Meadowlands parking lot while we were flyering for tailwaiters.
That was hilarious, but no, that wasn't it.
Was it when he got the squiggle tattoos on the inside and outside of his arm that say, breathe in and breathe out?
Again, hilarious, but also not it. It was the London incident.
The London incident? What was the London incident?
I'll tell you.
Please.
People may remember that old Super Bowl commercial where the guy accidentally replies all to an email, then runs around the city, breaking computers and chucking phones in an attempt to make sure people don't get the emails.
Good.
What you may not know is that commercial is actually based on Jay's time in London. During college, Jay landed an internship to study abroad in London, arrived, immediately sent an email, the contents of which are not important to the story, but the recipients of which are. It was to everyone. And was immediately sent home. This undoubtedly was a low moment for Jay. But it undoubtedly, and by that I mean I'm totally just using this random event for the story because it's a funny thing that happened, sent Jay down a path of self-reflection and soul-searching that spawned the Jay we know and love today.
I was on the other side of that phone call. I remember that phone call very well. We love you, Jay. That's a little off script, but just a reminder. Now this Jay we know and love today is a unique guy. We don't want to be here all night, but we'll give you a few examples to give you flavor, and then you know where to find us if you need us. Here we go. Jay is the only person you know who can tell you with a straight face and believe it that vegetables are bad for you and you're an idiot and you eat fruit.
Jay is the only person you know who, when something even remotely coincidental happens, will look at you and say, "You see, we're living in a simulation."
Jay is the only person you know who can show up to a night out dressed like Willy Wonka and scoff at you for wearing jeans and a white button-down shirt.
As a diehard Jets fan, I was very excited to hear that Jay was going to adopt the Jets after we traded for Aaron Rodgers. But Jay is the only person you know whose reason for jumping on the Jets bandwagon had nothing to do with Rodgers' ability to throw a football. Rather, it was because Jay was a big fan of Aaron's ideas and really likes the way he thinks.
Jay is the only person you know who thinks he's punctual, but in fact is late 9 out of 10 times.
Jay is the only person you know who can return from intense meditation session on the beach, walk into the house all zenned out, and his first question be, we loading up on the under in the Mariners game?
Of course, all of these Jays that we know make it curious, weird, intense, fun. Nothing compares to the type of love and empathy that Jay has for all of us who are here tonight, and it goes far beyond Zach and me. And Dahlia knows that better than anyone.
Jay and Dahlia first met in March 2020, which most of us can pinpoint at the start of COVID. Dahlia was the shot in the arm that Jay needed. And unlike the others he received that year, this shot in the arm would not come to regret. Jay and Dahlia moved fast and moved a lot, from Manhattan to Garden City to Mineola to Florida. Of course, Jay needed to try out Florida, and back to Manhattan. And once Paul entered the picture, we knew it was game over for our boy.
And once we got to know Dahlia, it was easy to see why. Dahlia is smart, funny, never afraid to ask the uncomfortable questions like my wife. And most importantly, she brings out the best in Jay. She too has a strong set of beliefs and is not afraid to challenge it. They balance each other out very nicely.
People are probably familiar with the life philosophy, don't sweat the small stuff. Jay's personal credo is similar to that, but slightly different. Jay lives by, nothing matters.
Had a bad day, want to eat ice cream before bed? Go for it, nothing matters. Stressing over a work assignment? Just get it done to the best of your ability, Zach. Nothing matters. Probably should be cutting back on red meat, but you just won the Wagyu lottery. Cook that shit up, because nothing matters.
But really, Jay is just talking about the small stuff. To Jay, the small stuff doesn't matter, and the big stuff does. Jay's friends matter to him. Jay invests serious time into his friendship, and no one has more truly close friends, like best friend level, than Jay. Like, I still don't fully understand Jay's friendship with Alan Epstein, how it came about, and how they're still so close, but it's real, and it's spectacular, and it matters.
Alan!
Jay's family matters to him. Jay's bachelor party featured 3 cousins, 2 cousins-in-law, 1 brother-in-law, 1 brother, 1 assistant to the brother, shout out Drew, and most notably and indicative of how much Jay's family matters to him, Davey Love is there.
Yeah! Davey Love!
Jay would do anything for his family.
And of course, more than anything, Dahlia and the life they are building together matters to him. He is truly lucky to have found her. They are lucky to have found each other. And we are all very lucky to be here this weekend to celebrate with the 2 of them. So everyone raise your glasses to the beautiful, happy couple. Mazel tov. We love you both very, very much.
Yeah! Crushed it!